After the news of E3 being cancelled in 2022, meaning no more E3 cringe compilations, I guess.
Fatality.
But we now have Summer Games Fest, and it's alright as a replacement, practically, and a couple of days ago, it was a little mid, honestly, sadly, but gaming events go through their mid-seasons, but I want to go over some of the stuff that we got this Games Fest, and some of the games that actually seem cool. Also, why is this actually happening? This is a pretty solid looking, cool Metroidvania, and actually caught my eye. It tricked me into believing that this Games Fest would be pretty solid, but that wasn't the case, sadly. Maybe the Game Awards will have something up its sleeve that isn't a sequel, but from the gameplay they showed for Persia, it looks very solid and a very fluid game. I'm actually very excited to play it. I don't really have much more to add. It looks good, and I cannot wait for more gameplay. I can't wait to play it in January, unless it gets delayed. That would suck. Still not over the weird naming convention for this game, but besides that, this was one of the hitters that was shown off at the Games Fest, and it looks pretty good. I'm a little confused on where they will go with the story of this game, but gameplay-wise, I really enjoyed it. Maybe for story, they'll go with Liu Kang is maybe overly peaceful, and he's, I don't know, maybe not letting people live out their lives properly because of that. Potentially, that could be cool, but combat-wise, a focus on more aerial combos was pretty noticeable in the gameplay sections of the trailer, though the redesigns feel sort of plain and bland in this game, which is a damn shame. I was hoping for more out there designs like we got Kenshi with a suit, the cool soul samurai man, the blind samurai in a casual business suit. Glad they brought back breakers though from MKX. I really like the use of loading screens in between games being the clashes that can happen in Injustice League 2, where characters would share dialogue. I like that touch a lot. Overall, the game looks pretty solid and cameos seem fluid in combos. Hopefully this game doesn't get dropped in a couple months after release though. It probably is going to happen. There was this strange section from Dead by Daylight in the presentation that was just kind of awkward. Don't get me wrong, Nicolas Cage in Dead by Daylight is cool, but this situation really dragged for no reason. Simply, he's in the game. I don't know why they hung on this part for so long. It truly was a drag. It was boring. It was weird. Probably solid because they, had a lot of filler coming. And keep in mind, this section lasted for a solid 6 minutes. Just weird. Out of the blue, we got this super sick announcement for a new 2D or 2.5D Sonic game. I really enjoy the style of this game. It's super stylized and cutesy. It works well for classic Sonic. Also, 4-player multiplayer is pretty cool as well, and new mechanics in the 2D is awesome, but it would have been a lot funnier if they had just called the game Sonic the Hedgehog 5. But, missed opportunity. It is what it is. Now, the big stuff. Through all the Honkai Star Rail and filler, though these games right here don't seem the worst. For Spiderman, we actually got some pretty cool confirmation for the story and cool art and the box art, which is neat. They showed this fire art of Kraven and Peter before the symbiote suit fighting in the city. Then, as well, a really cool shot of Miles and Peter's going tango with Venom, and I cannot wait for this game to come out. And luckily, they let us know when that is. October 20th, I promise, we will be there. Also, I feel kind of conflicted on these new suits. I think it's sick that they hired 10 smaller artists for these suits to make them. 5 for Peter, 5 for Miles. But some of them look a little iffy to me. I don't know what it is. Some of them just look strange. Now, the pre-order suits are pretty sweet, except the Mustard Peter one. These were only some of the things at the Summer Games Fest that interested me overall. I think it was just an okay Summer Games Fest with some cool stuff and some really boring things, though the things I did enjoy I think can be pretty good. And the day of recording this video, Microsoft just wrapped up their showcase, and it was actually pretty great with some solid announcements. And Starfield gameplay. Starfield looks great. That game will either be amazing, probably one of the games of the decade, or it will be trash. They just have to execute it right. That's all they have to do. 30 FPS though, the game running at 30 FPS is a little strange. It was strange to me that Tears of the Kingdom still runs at 30 FPS, but granted it's on the older hardware. So Starfield, I don't really see why that is running at 30 frames per second. That doesn't make too much sense. But besides that, thanks for watching this video, and make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all later. Also, OTK Games Expo, it was not too bad for the indie games this time around. It's actually kind of solid. I'd check it out. It's pretty good. Peace.